Hi, I'm Kathy Gantz, principal of Thomas Academy Charter School. We are proud and pleased to implement the teaching family model this year. It is an amazing program catching boys and girls being good and focusing on the 5 basic skills. This program has had a tremendous effect on decreasing out-of-school suspensions and in-school suspensions.
Well, my name is Marcus Fair. I'm the coordinator of consultation and program development with Methodist Home for Children. And primarily my job is to develop agencies in teaching family model to accreditation. So we work with them from beginning to end with implementation, training, consultation, evaluation, and then we help the agency as a whole move towards accreditation within the Teaching Family Association. And so the teaching family model in and of itself is an evidence-based practice. It's one of the best evidence-based practices that has been used and tried and true to show development of skills, whether it's social, academic, or even some educational skills to help youth develop what they need to be successful in life. So the teaching family model is being used at Thomas Academy, and what that means is it's providing a set of systems, goals, and elements to allow for best practice to help youth with behavior issues or also to enhance learning in the classroom. And so the way that kind of happens is it sets up the teacher to set the tolerances and expectations within the classroom, but also give them the format of how to do that. The common misconception is that every youth knows the basic skills needed to function in said environments. However, what the teaching family model does is it teaches those basic skills and shows them how to meet that expectation and reinforces them when they do and also hold them accountable when they don't. But it just really puts that extra step in there to make sure that they know how to do it instead of assuming that a youth knows how to ask permission. Because in a home environment, they may not have to ask permission, or they may not have to speak in a lowered voice because everyone at home yells. So what's normal to them might not be feasible or acceptable or even appropriate in a classroom setting. And one of the things that is a trend is that you see less problematic behaviors, less disruptions within the classroom, and generally it leads to better grades and better success. It sets the teachers up to be able to manage those classroom behaviors while also providing additional support. And that then leads to higher grades. Maybe it can lead to a better graduation rate and less behavior instances of detention or out of school suspension or those things. Now those things still do happen, but it gives us a process of how we deal with that and address it so that we can then provide an alternative behavior for the youth and teach them how to do this instead of that. And so you may, as a teacher, may ask the kids, okay, when we come in, before we get on our seat, we ask permission. It's the same thing as we raise our hands before we speak. But some of that may be listening skills. So if we're in English class and another kid is reading, are we listening before we're interrupting and speaking? So we'll practice that at role play. So I'm gonna say this, and then you guys are gonna listen and not interrupt. And so that's how that's one way the teachers can then teach to those skills. And when you have a youth who struggles, maybe they are diagnosed with ADHD and they have a hard time sitting still. But if they can listen to someone read the section or the paragraph for 3 minutes without interrupting, that's one of those catch and being good moments. So in that moment, the teacher might offer some effective praise or some positive reinforcement specifically to that youth for the ability to use their listening skills. And it's not a really long, drawn-out interaction, but it may be something short and sweet. Say, hey, Marcus, you did a really great job just listening while Kathy was reading that story. I know that was a struggle for you, but you've been doing good, so high five, good job, keep up the good work. And the next time I see you doing this, we're gonna keep reinforcing that behavior.
Thanks to our CEO President and Superintendent of Thomas Academy Charter School for bringing this great program back to the Boys and Girls Home of North Carolina, Lake Waccamaw, and to Thomas Academy Charter School.